Hey there, Descendants, my fellow Americans, and people in other countries around the world. How are we all doing today? So, today we're going to be talking about blueprint loot specifically, not necessarily RK loot, but we will get into that. And whether or not maybe it's been implemented in the best fashion in terms of, well, how it is in the game. Um, and we're just going to kind of do a little bit of a retrospective here. And I'm not necessarily going to peddle my own opinions in this video so much. I'm kind of going to toss the mic to you guys and see what you guys think down below in the comments. All I ask is that you just please be cordial and respectful towards each other and myself. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. So, obviously, my main caveat, or not caveat, my main issue with Blueprint Loot is just the fact that it's not been implemented in the best manner overall. And because of the way that it's been implemented, it's more harmful to the game than it is helpful. Um, Also, if you're wondering, this is take two of this video. I made a couple of mistakes in my first one that I just didn't feel comfortable with. I didn't feel satisfied with. But anyway, let's just get back on topic here. So let's just go ahead and head over to my library. I already have them targeted. So blueprint loots and then blueprint loot A are effectively mathematically equal. So, and the reason I say this is because you look at this, it has a 12.5% acquisition chance on all 8 items. But effectively, the acquisition chance on the blueprint loot itself is only a 10% chance, whereas this one has a 20% chance with 16 items with a 6.25% chance on acquiring them. And obviously, when you do the math, they are equal. So that means that the developers don't necessarily view one of these as more valuable than the other. They just equated them to the same exact value, and that's all fine. You know what I mean? That's all well and good. But I would have argued that Blueprint Loot A should have been a 20% acquisition chance, and that on the percentage earned towards a targeted reward per mission completion, it should have been a flat out 10% chance between both Blueprint Loots, not a 7.7, not whatever it was. It should have just been a flat 10% chance. And that would have made the grind easier for everybody, but not so much so to where the developers are not getting their server time for their investors and stuff like that. Um, so I mean, that's just my own personal opinion. If you guys disagree, you're more than welcome to disagree. If we look at arcade loot or RK, sorry, obviously it's a 1 in 4 chance of getting the item that you want. Um, and stuff like that. And then we can go ahead and look at vehicle 2 here. I already go in both of them because I grind super hard. And obviously this is a 1 in 4 chance as well. So, but here's the thing, right? You look at the screen and you're like, oh, this is amazing. You know what I mean? I could do all 4 at once and, hasten the process of grinding. No, you can't. So what they would do is they would take the 7.7% chance or whatever it is from this blueprint loot, and they would divide it equally among every single targeted reward that you have in your list. And that's what they don't tell you. And I would implore the developers in the future, if you're going to do something like this, at least tell the players the risk that they're taking on when they do target multiple rewards like this, because I didn't know this, and I had this and this targeted because I was trying to get eraser parts, and then obviously I was trying to get all of this stuff here, eraser parts and all the bike parts. Yeah. I was trying to get all that stuff, and then obviously I was trying to get the new stuff that had just come out on the I believe it was the 4th or the 5th. So it's been effectively over 2 weeks at this point, or just about 2 weeks. No, it has been over 2 weeks. It's been about 2.5 weeks since this update is released with Ultimate Luna and stuff like that, and then obviously it's been over a month since Nella's been out and into the game. And so, like I said, I just wanted to kind of have a retrospect on this, and I kind of wanted to, ask you guys what you think about this, and the reason why I'm doing this retrospect is because I have people who are still saying, like, I'm still going for the things that are in the blueprint loot in the game. I still don't have everything from all the new updates and stuff like that, and I don't think that's good for the game. The other day, it was like 3 or 4 days ago, I was playing, and someone was literally leveling their Nell. Now as to whether or not that's indicative that they just got Nell that day or the previous day or what have you, or they just decided to just start working on her, I couldn't tell you, obviously. But I think that does speak volumes as to how hard it is for some people to acquire everything that is in the blueprint loot. As for RK loot and like the Orca or the individualistic bike loot and stuff like that, that's a little bit different. But for these, you only get a 3.3% chance towards them on mission completion, I believe. I could be wrong. Let's just go ahead and test it real quick. We'll go ahead and test it. Let's see here. Let's just go ahead and switch to Inez. Alrighty, so we have our results here. Oh. Zero, 0%. I just completed a mission. You guys just saw that. What? Okay. Um, Maybe this is because I already have her? I don't know. If someone could just test it out for me, maybe, and then just let me know in the comments, that would be nice. Next time, if you're watching this, I highly recommend that you just give the RK loot, the blueprint loot, etc., every single piece of loot in the game that has a 1 in X amount of chance to obtain the item that you want. Just give it a 10% on the targeted reward towards or per mission completion. I feel like that would just be the best way to go about all of this, and don't split it all up when people are targeting multiples at once. And if you do split it up, don't divide it in such a way that's like, okay, so if I have two, I get 5% on this and then 5% on this. At least like give it a little bit of a bump, give it a little bit more, because that's just not fair to us players. All right, so let me know what you guys think down below. If you agree, tell me why. If you disagree, tell me why. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.